Good morning. Welcome to the channel. Gray cloudy day. I'm Gray Cloud, sage of the eternal moment. Let's read from Jesus Calling. I'm still trying to brainstorm and think of something new to bring to the table. And I'm long overdue on getting back to the fifth agreement. I've only done a couple to 3 videos of that. Reading from the introduction. I'm going to try to get a video up today. I like doing the fifth agreement in very short segments so that they can be shorts. Not an actual lengthy video, like 3 minutes or less. Plus, it's a lot to digest, so I like to do a small amount at a time, so. But I don't know if I'll get to that today or not, but that's one of the things I've been, over the past few days, trying to pull myself together and get back to at least doing the fifth agreement also. It's not something that I'm doing every day, of course. It's just going to be random, and I think it's been well over a week since the last time I uploaded from reading from the introduction. Okay, May 26th. Happy Memorial Day, by the way. Let's keep in memory everyone that was in wars and fought for the country and stuff, or wherever you're at. May 26th. In a world of unrelenting changes, I am the one who never changes. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end. Find me in the stability for which you have yearned. I created a beautifully ordered world, one that reflects my perfection. Now, however, the world is under the bondage of sin and evil. Every person on the planet faces gaping jaws of uncertainty. I'm going to repeat that one. Every person on the planet faces gaping jaws of uncertainty. The only antidote to this poisonous threat is drawing closer to me. In my presence, you can face uncertainty with perfect peace. Yeah, when I'm only not in peace when I am thinking that I, Gray Cloud, in the human form, can do much about a lot of things that are going on. There's very little I can do stuff about, and what I can do things about most of the time requires the help of the Spirit, either through direct experience, direct connection, or through other people and through what I do in my day. Okay, let's go for the first reference scripture is Revelation 22, verse 13. Give me a second here. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end. Of course, it says that in the reading. Once again, you've heard me numerous times mention this, but sometimes it's just annoying. Like, I haven't had a comment in a while now that I say this. It'll probably one pop up. But, several times a month, at least somebody chimes in the comments and tries to tell me why I'm reading from this devotional is either not biblical or it's New Age or anything. And, I don't understand. Of course, you're talking about someone that reads from the Fifth Agreement and from other sources also that are not. But I see nothing. Like, if we're only coming from a biblical standpoint and from the idea that you're not supposed to read anything outside of that at all, it still seems to line up to me accordingly to things that I hear in church and I read here in Scripture. Plus, it gives us the Scriptures to look up that the writing itself is kind of based out of or inspired by. that's just a little nitpicky thing there. Romans chapter 5, verse 12. You can see I'm in an all right spirit. Let me finish these up and then I'll try to round up. I'm trying not to give you too much in between doing just the what I need to do here. When Adam sinned, sin entered the entire human race. Adam's sin brought death, so death spread to everyone. For everyone sinned. Oh, yesterday when I was in service, something that came across to me in my mind. I'm going to write this down. I need to write this down. That's, of course, I've said this plenty of times. If you didn't know what sin really means, it means to miss the mark. That's what, if you learn, like, I don't know the actual original text languages and stuff, but people that do know it have taught me certain things, and sin means if I'm shooting an arrow and I miss the bullseye, then I've missed the mark, or wherever I'm aiming at. Well, it occurred to me that through the act of the crucifixion, the mark was hit. Bullseye was hit. So I may miss the mark, but when I allow my Creator to be doing the driving, to be navigating, not just navigating, but just pretty much steering me and me allowing myself to go in that direction I'm being steered, that I'm getting closer to hitting the mark than not. If that makes any sense. Of course, I'm going to stumble, I sin, I miss the mark every day, but the mark has been hit by the Christ. Bullseye. So if we miss the mark, we're still good. John. So the bullseye has been hit for us. John 16, verse 33. I have told you all this so that you may have peace in me. Here on earth you will have many trials and sorrows, but take heart because I have overcome the world. And I'm going to try to shorten getting this to be a little shorter, or I'm trying to wrap this up now. But hit the like button if you haven't. Subscribe, please, if you have watched a few videos and you haven't yet subscribed. I'm asking out of just, it helps. Share the video everywhere. But yeah, so I told you I want to try to start my week off this week. Getting things, as far as doing the videos, I want to try to get back to where I'm doing them earlier and earlier, or I'm at least beginning to get up out of my bed a little earlier. And today I found myself almost putting off making the video, telling myself, well, it's Memorial Day, and it's supposed to rain some more later. So I'm kind of like finding ways to go. In my mind, I was like, well, you can do the video later. Well, something hit me. The way I used to do this thing was I tried to knock the first video of the day out at least early as possible, and then do a few other things. But I always thought, okay, I get up. It might not always be the same time every day, but get it done fairly early, knock certain things out of the way, and then if I'm feeling like I need to sit back down or relax, that would be the time to do it. I can get up, start, do some of the things I need to do, take a break, relax, lay down, read, do something that's not so like, And that worked pretty good for me. But it's just been here lately that I've had the hardest time making myself get out of my bed and just want to do something. And like some of the things, my days have been the bare minimum that I've done is do a video and maybe cook something to eat that day. And the rest of the day had been spent kind of like not doing a whole lot. But there's been a lot of days where I've needed that also. So I'm realizing there's kind of a give and take. And so as I go through this week, I'm just going to like slowly try to edge myself back into, nudge myself back in. I don't like that word that I just used, but to push myself back towards a more at least satisfying day for myself. Like, I haven't been down on myself so much, other than just I still want to be able to get back to kind of where I was at last year. I was up early, walking, doing things, making videos, being a lot more lively. And also, I haven't done a live stream since like over a week ago. I may try to do a live stream today, but I'm just kind of gauging it on how do I feel that particular day and in that moment. And if I feel like going live, I'm going to go live. If I don't, I don't, you know. I'm trying not to stress myself too bad about anything and just let it happen and be kind of like come back together naturally. So until next time, Mr. Great Cloud, this video has been longer than I wanted it to be, but here it is, and I must have had to say some things. So, Sage of the Eternal Moment over out. Ditto.